Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. And she probably don't want to be saved. That's the tea. Today is not about no intervention. We ain't talking about no triggers, no traumas, no none of that. The good thing about today is I don't have to tell you what today's episode is about because you clicked on the title, so you know exactly what it's about. I said I can't delete no baby, but I can help you pivot from it, okay? Because I didn't heard it all. They try to say you'll never get wife, you'll never be a husband, you're not a good mom, nobody's ever going to take you seriously. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie. We all got a pass, and I know plenty of hoes with rings on their finger. You do not have to coast with your sensuality to look legitimate, and you don't have to go around slinging bean pads to get your respect again. Your is not the problem. You just didn't know how to use it. Now, let me slow down real quick because I am talking spicy today, and I don't want to exclude the facts. I do want to give you the proper name for being a bop, and it is hypersexuality. Not not thought. It's hypersexuality. That is the pattern of behaviors marked by excessive sexual desires, fantasies. They're just difficult to control. That is the clinical definition. But what I feel like is misunderstood about being a bop is that people always think it's about getting knocked down when it's not. Sometimes it's about attention, control, validation. Some people just use it simply to get what they want. Like, you're talking about the oldest occupation and profession on earth. You want to know what else is misunderstood about being a bop? They think that it's always, oh, well, something happened to her. Like, oh, she's so traumatized. But it doesn't always start with trauma. You done been hoodwinked. Hypersexuality usually is triggered by like an absence. You know what I mean? Like the absence of love, safety, some type of resource, power. Just think about it. Like whenever you use what you got to get what you want, it's usually because you're trying to fulfill an unmet need. Like, I'm not telling anybody to be a bop, and I'm not trying to justify or make it seem like it's a cool thing, but this is a safe space, and I'm not shaming anybody. And me personally, I think what you developed out your adaptation and survival, people would spend thousands of dollars learning how to be. You're adaptable, you tapped into this frequency, you know how to control and influence people, like, come on. And I already know that some of y'all gonna be saying, like, JL, you're trying to normalize being a Jezzy. I am just spreading a message that there is no sense in shaming a trait that is true to you, and when you can use those traits instead to level up instead of trying to delete them. Like, that's all I'm saying. Put your pen and paper out, and if I'm missing any off my list, because I got my notes right in front of me, put them down in the comments. These are the traits that being a can teach you that ain't got nothing to do with intercourse. Communication, number one, very direct. They some sharpshooters, and they gonna tell you exactly what it is and what they want and lay it out. Number two, charming and persuasive. Everybody loves the they always asking where the and summoning my babies, but then want to shame them. Number three, works well under pressure, and I'm gonna leave that open to interpretation, but they their crisis management. Okay. Number four, weaponized attachment, and this is an underrated flex because a never gets cold, but they can get cold and weaponize them emotions like a bag. Okay. Command over the environment. The hoes have a vibe. Period. And emotional fluency is my last one because them can work around that club and clock everybody's teeth, clock who got the money, the tricks, and the DL. Okay? You think I'm joking, but I'm serious. A lot of us will never develop these skills on our own because you can't really teach that. They might be one of those ones for real because everybody's got this place in the world. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to delete something that's probably always going to be a little part of you. It could have been triggered through survival, suppression, or expression. It don't matter. Your can go into your level up. Stop trying to be fake classy with them long skirts, jumping from OF to the church pew. All you doing is swapping one extreme for another. You're going to end up regressing into your So if you're ready for the real tea, I'm going to give you the game on how to use it in love, life, and business. If you don't want to be in the streets, you done, you ready to have it deleted, let's go. All right, so we're going to start with in love. Get your pen and papers out. These are from my who's ready to be a house husband, a housewife. You want a committed relationship and you ready to be out the streets. You know how when you take that lap around the function, read that room, clock everybody's tea and see who's who and where they at? You need to use that same awareness to seek emotionally available partners, not just tricks and sneaky links. When you see a guy who's looking at you, when they're looking at you, they're actually looking at you. They ain't scanning your body, trying to do a 360, licking their lips and shit. You need to use that awareness that you use to clock that money, to clock to see who look like they know what they talking about and who could carry a conversation and got their together. I ain't talking about no chains, no grills, no jewelry. I'm talking about the one who look like he can really carry a conversation with you, and he's gonna care about what you have to say. He might be the open-toe sandals or sandals with socks, not the in the section looking for a groupie or a fan. Number 2 pivot for in love. The way that you can suck a Lord forgive me. The way that you have gained experience intimately, you know exactly what to do. You ain't got no butterflies and you done been on go plenty of times. This can open doors for closer bonding when you do connect in deep relationships. You are fluid in body language, baby, and that saves so much time. You don't have to go realizing 2 years in that he don't know how to do this or that she don't like the thumb. Come on now. You know exactly what you like. You know how to speak up and you know how to get the on if they ain't doing it right. So this is a third one. It's not really a pivot, but it's more so a observation. It's the insecure. You're less likely to get that from a I can't speak for the other person's end depending on what their past looked like. They might project on you. The results may vary. But if you are really trying to be reformed and you landed on my video some kind of way, I feel like you probably have seen it all. So you're less likely to fold over some little pressure, especially once you found your person. You clearly chose them over the streets for a reason. My last pivot is the detachment / crisis management that I talked about previously. How you learned how to respond to energies, feel energies is very intuitive. You can tell when something's forced, when it's awkward, when someone's lying, when it's about ego, when it's not about intimacy. That emotional intelligence cannot always be taught, and it can go very well with trying to pursue a serious connection with somebody. And you earned it in the trenches, so baby, you didn't even have to get therapy. All right, so we had enough of the pivot in love. We looking for the that's trying to elevate that bag, all right? So that performance under pressure, that's one. Put that on your resume. Tell that in your interview. Public speaking, pitching, negotiations, sales. You literally mastered the art of lying with a straight face, girl. You need to be in med sales. You need to be in somebody's suit, car, company car now, all right? Next one. All right, the next bag pivot, code switching. Got a code switch. You adaptable as remember? That's all you need to do to climb that corporate ladder. I'm telling you, I've been in corporate for 12 years. And literally, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I know you got some connections. All right, so my final pivot for the bag is that detachment piece, baby. It is so underrated. You have fake orgasms. You have fake interests. You can use some same acting skills to manage personnel and scale you business. Imagine how much you can accomplish when you shut those emotions off and they don't get in the way of your goals. You are unstoppable. All right, so this is my final pivot commandment. And this is for my that may not want to work and they may not want to be in love either. They just want to be a better So I got you. They always asking where That's your power. That's like the bat signal, baby. And when you're summoned and you arrive, you need to command presence every single time. I don't care if it's the grocery store, Margarita Mondays, or Pilates. You need to show up and show out. If they ask for you and you so graciously bless them with your presence, you need to use this talent that you have to influence and captivate people and use it to build a community that you can convert to opportunities, network, and profit for one day. I'm telling you. Now, there are plenty pivot commandments, but I only have so much time. I'm not a keeper, I'm not a whisperer, and I ain't a representative for all the freaks. But if you are one of those ones who's really trying to pivot, my inbox is open for questions, consulting, and branding related inquiries. I realize there's not really a hub for this type of game. So if you are one of those ones who are trying to reframe your story, your brands, or your platforms without deleting, you can email theposthopephase@gmail.com. There's no judgment, just strategy, and potentially an invoice because I gotta get paid too. So that's it for today. And just remember, 9 times out of 10, if somebody's hating on you, they're probably burning. I'm JL. Until next time, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.